Everyone, welcome to Little History. I'm Adam. I have a graduate degree in Viking Medieval Norse Studies, and I'm working on a second degree in Cultural Heritage. So, on this stream, we play all sorts of historical and historical adjacent games, talk about their influence, chat about history, and generally try and have a fairly chill, fun time where we all learn some things and maybe learn a bit about the media that we're playing. So, we're playing more Expeditions Vikings today, so we're sticking right in my specialty, sort of. Uh, we're just gonna get to have a good time exploring the coast of Denmark today. So without further ado, why don't I stop having technical difficulties and instead get into the game. Hooray! Last time, we left ourselves in the here in our town, the town of Skjert. And we cleaned up, I think, all of our quests. Should be able to... Oh, that's our map. Quest log. Yep, so we have to get over to the forest, go over to Ribe, more stuff in the forest, raid a tomb, go to Ribe, and go into the forest. So I think it's time to go first and foremost into the forest. Anything interesting you missed last time? A lot of our introduction work. Nothing super duper important, just, a succession crisis. The Jarl of Yelling being a jerk, and us deciding we were going to go to England. But first we're going to go to Ribe. Keep an eye on this timeline, shows your current deadline and illustrates how much of the available time you spent. We have about 1 month to prepare for the expedition before it's too late. If we run out, it will end prematurely. So, basically, as we click around here, we take more time. And then, once we head over here, once we cross the sea, we're going to be fast forward into spring, and then we'll get a new deadline. But it takes us a while to get to places, so we need to be a bit careful. Ha! Why does every Viking game have to go to England? Well, there's a back-to-back 2 points here. One, I am a little confused what on earth is happening here, that southern Denmark, right, the modern Danish border is somewhere like here. So this would be now Germany. Why is it covered in snow? Denmark does get snow, but it doesn't get this much snow. And in the Viking Age, it did not get this much snow. And as far as I know, Skjern is not a real one. We can check this out. But Ribe definitely is. Skjern is a real place, but I don't know that we have records of it going back to the Viking Age. Yeah. Right, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have records going back to the Viking Age. So, there's that. Gunnar, Röskva, and Auslever. Okay. Anyway, the other question is, of course, why do they all go to England? Because Anglophone scholarship really likes it, on the one hand, and on the other... I went to the wrong place. Why did I go back in here? That wasn't what I was trying to do. I didn't think that was the button I clicked. Oh well. Let's correct that. Let's correct our inability to click on buttons correctly and go through another loading screen. In the meantime, right, I think there's 2 reasons why England gets done up. There we go. There we go. The first one is that it's very dominant in our popular consciousness. Right. If you're writing something in England, you'll probably have a bit of an English bias, and that's just helpful. Right? For our own purposes, that's probably just fairly helpful. However, the other half of that is
I
that
always loved these woods.
okay, but there's blood.
Remember when we turned this into Asgard and we had to fend off a Jotun invasion?
Yeah, that got so elaborate. That fantasy lasted a whole summer.
Thank you.
You were Thor, I was Balder, and Nefja was...
Heimdall, but as a woman. Oh man, I forgot about that.
You really needed some better role models growing up.
Well then. Thank you, banter. Back to the topic at hand. The success, or why we would use, England all the time. Like, in a somewhat significant way, it is the most successful attempt, in the Viking Age to establish a new polity. So, if we're operating in a slightly imperialist mode, where that is something that matters, right? The question of whether we can and whether we should establish a new state. If we accept that that is desirable, then the Great Heathen Army and its invasion of England is without a doubt the most successful case of that happening. So, you know, that makes it pretty compelling as a time period. And there's a lot of colorful characters, right? The Sons of Ragnar are incredibly successful and incredibly colorful in their legendary attestations. And so it's like, yeah, we like that. We think that's good. Greet to our uncles here. He never came back. Name is Ayik. Came through about 5 years ago. Well, if we find someone named Ayik, we'll be able to sell him or get stuff for doing the thing, locating him, and then interact. Okay. On that basis, shouldn't we consider the Kievan Rus? Yeah, I mean, almost certainly, though, if you talk to anyone who actually studies the Kievan Rus, they will inform you in no uncertain terms that the Rus are not straightforwardly Vikings. They're not Vikings, but they're also not Vikings. Grim over the Doll is your uncle, but has remained a somewhat mysterious figure throughout your childhood. Yeah. You worry there may be bandits? Uh-huh. Where you can go wolf hunting. So right. I think the reason why we don't end up with the Kievan Rus is, firstly, our sources are much less well known, right? In terms of sources that have names and colorful stories, we don't have a lot of saga narratives. And so pretty much we're working off of the primary chronicle. So a singular source, also called the Nestor's Chronicle, I believe. That is most of our information. There's some Byzantine sources doing scattered stuff, but for the most part we'd be working off of a single source for most of the area, most of the history. And Secondly, it's not just one piece or the other, right? It's both the imperialist mode and the Anglophone bias, and so the Anglophone bias ends up meaning we get a lot more stories about, Western Europe and the raids. Okay, I may want to talk to Sigrid, but see if I can locate her. Oh. Alright. Ow, you crit me.
You think that was a strong hit? Ah.
Nice punch. Well, that was interesting. Why can I not shoot you? Why can I not shoot them? There we go. Hello, Maraxa. Good to see you, Johnny. Gotcha. Now we'll just stab you real quick. And then we stab you. Beautiful. I got punched. And you got activated demoralized for no reason. Because you're a jerk. Charge. 1, 2. Punch. Actually, you can't do anything anyway, so we may as well just run up. I think you have a sling, right? Well, helpful. You have a bow for right now, so there's that. One of these hits will eventually land, right? Right. Ow. Thorfinn! So chat, guess what we just did? We just did something very particular and very not optimal. I know this man. He's one of your Thralier. I've seen him around the Longhouse. They all are, I think. They must have escaped during the raider attack. Some of them are still alive. They've earned their freedom. Let them go. Earned? The only way to earn anything is through hard work or victory in combat. Trying and failing does not a free man make. We killed escaped slaves. We did a class violence. Sadly, this is a very, common thing. In that, the sagas are chock, and not saga nor sources, are chock full of cases of, enslaved people, emancipating themselves, and then getting attacked for it. One of the clearest cases is in the story of the settlement of Iceland, where there's two early settlers, Ingolfur and I think it's his brother, Ingolfur Arnason, who is credited as the first settler of Iceland. And I don't remember the name of his brother, but his brother's kind of a jerk. Settles down the coast in what's now the Landeyjar, in southwestern Iceland. And Ingolfur treats everyone in his settlement reasonably well. His brother doesn't. And so all of the Thralier escape and end up killing Ingolfur's brother and then hiding out first in a cave near what's now Seljalandsfoss, and then eventually swimming across to some islands off the coast, which becomes the source of the name Vestmannaeyjar, the Westman Islands. In this case, the name suggests that the slaves who escaped were Irish, because the Vestmen is one of the Norse words used to identify Irish people. And then I'm just gonna let them go because we're not mean like that. That ain't how we roll. Now we are going to loot those who did not survive. Let's be very clear. I'm sure that's unsuspicious right there. For 3 weeks now on a stupid hunch. Right. Do you want to guess what it is? And Twilly Alchemist with another 100 bits of cheer. Thank you so much. Yoink. Hey look, these guys who were just talking earlier. We are going to back up here, because I don't feel like dealing with them. I don't feel like dealing with them in the open like this. It's too risky. And we'll get a weird flank here. And there we go, a nice defensive position. We are in a ruined hall that is besieged, and it works out fine. Alright, you activate favor by tier. You're going to try and spot us. And then do nothing else. And you guys are just gonna run up awkwardly. Oh, you're just gonna miss twice. Alright. Sure. Oh, damn it! What do you mean you activate, you hit a quick shot from that distance? Excuse me? I believe if I move over here, I should be able to get a good stun off. Great. Let's see if we can't burn this opportunity attack or just kill this guy first. Amazing. If we swap? Don't love that. I think I'll just eat that. I'll eat that so I can get the heal on Ruskva. Great. So that lets me then get the heal safely on from Ruskva. And then she can run away. Can charge. I want to move that way, but that's fine. That's fine, I guess. Nice kill. And step. Voila! Combat. We're actually doing okay in terms of the quality of our combat right now. And we still have move action, so we can get people either into something that passes for cover, or at least up into a more usable position. Interesting move. Interesting move. Alright, we got a couple of archers shooting from a mile away. Uh-huh. Maybe we'll just try and spot you. Nice! We got that hit. Amazing. We did not get that hit. Sad. Tears favor, and then get in position for next turn. Should help guard you. Should help guard you. Head this way and demoralize. Do I not have right? There it is. I was like, I thought I had that. And then you can just hang out here, I guess. Where are you going? Why are they going like that? Like, this is just slow and painful. This is just gonna be slow and unpleasant. Not actually dangerous. What? Why can't I shoot? Honestly. This is annoying. We will run over here. You know what? Screw it, we'll just run up and engage you so that you can't do anything. Ditto for you. Run over this way. Demoralize. And Corvin, I guess, joined the group. For some reason they just like refuse to engage us, which is extremely irritating. Oh good. Oh good, you walked yourself directly into being in trouble. Watch this. This is a max move charge. This should be extremely fun. There we are. There's basically all of that off. There's that. There's that. There's that. Yes. Oh. I'm dumb. Riskava, you can get a kill. See, even our healer gets the action. More combat. Honestly, tactically, there isn't a ton historical to talk about. With this, it's fine. But there is, really? Empty, empty, empty. Empty, empty, empty. There is a lot more to talk about outside the combat, in the social dialogue, etc. Hooray! We have found some number of things.
There's bones here. A deer.
Looks like wolves got her. Poor little creature never stood a chance.
It's just an animal. Stay vigilant, lest we end up the same way.
Okay, but like, contrary to what the sagas would have you believe, the odds that we'd get got like that are actually fairly low. Uh-huh. We'll see. Aw, we failed. What are you doing here? You're merchants, right? Right. Merchants. With nice swords and shields.
Look! A trail of blood leads out of the camp.
Weirdly, I think this actually causes, I think I may have just caused a bug. In that there's an active quest over here that maybe gets baited that I just also hit the trigger for a different event.
That's strange. Grimmel's cottage is open.
He's standing right here. So, right, unfortunately, failing that perception does cause some issues, and our uncle is in an odd Schrodinger space. We'll see it in a moment. I.e. next time I load the area. Also, there went 3 hours of time, just for the record. Haha. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wolves, and they will run away from us after a little bit of time. %95 chance to hit. Amazing. Wow, we really suck, don't we? Also, the pig is extremely unbothered, which is very funny. Torvin. I mean, Wolfie talks about this all the time. But while we are like, wow, animal cruelty in our video games, this is entirely historical, because luring in wolves and then luring in wolves and then murdering them is extremely common. I don't want to just run in, because if I just run in, I'll just die. Grimulver will not survive that. That'd be better. He only gets hit by 3 there. Right. A max, well, max of 4 actually. That's okay. Hopefully. Exactly. Yeah. That's a lot of damage. I didn't realize it was going to be quite that much damage. That was all 4. Huh. Alright. Fair enough. I suppose I should have seen that coming. And that should help you stand up next turn. So, that's not an issue. No, I should have just demoralized them first. Then maybe some of them would have missed. But that's alright. We have 2 left. And you're just gonna stand on Grimulver and just hope that you don't die. Beautiful. Gunnar, don't go down. You're better than this. Gunnar, you're better than this.
It's not my time. Odin, protect me.
Honestly. Oh, heck. That was not who I thought I was moving. I'll be honest, that was not at all who I thought I was moving.
Yeah,
So that
know how
is-
to fight. Surprised?
It's a wolf. What do you want? Well, that's okay. Torvin, surround the wolf. That way it can't run away. Ow. Wow. So wolves are by far the most dangerous animal we've played against. I'll be honest. Far and away the most dangerous of these animals, which is good. Luckily no one actually got injured for it. We did recruit Goth Green Lipstick Witch Lady, yes. She was like, can I come with? And we were like, why? And she's like, it's a secret. And we were like, okay. And that was that. And that was that. But in Norse society, wolves are perceived as kind of the ultimate wild animal. They're related, or they're in some way considered important to Odin, who has 2 pet wolves, Gary and Freki, Hunger and Famine. And obviously a wolf is the one who will kill Odin, so battle will consume the god of battle. But at the same time, culturally and in the mortal world, wolves are just scary. In a predominantly agricultural society, wolves are extremely dangerous, and if you're wandering out alone in the woods, you might get got, because duh. Don't wander out alone in the woods. So what we're seeing here, where, you know, someone who is living alone on the borders of the woods, who is basically, you know, already semi-outlaw? Right, alone, loner on the edge of the settlement, on the edge of the social world, is particularly vulnerable to wolves. And in the Legendary Corpus, right, you get really good examples of wolves being seen as the forest hunter. Volsunga Saga has a bunch of them. King Sigurd, Sweden's mother, is a werewolf. Sigmundur and Sinfjotli are also werewolves, at least briefly. And bandits exist in much the same social realm as a wolf. The legal term for an outlaw in medieval Iceland is vargur or skulkgangur, either the forest walker or literally just a wolf. Varg is wolf. It's where J.R.R. Tolkien gets the name wargs from, by the way. Aw. Does our pig have prophetic powers? No, our pig seems to just be a pig. Regrettably, our pig is just that. An old L. Hooray. Hey look, a bow. We should actually look at our inventory, shouldn't we? Plus 10 damage versus unarmored. A sling that does good damage against unarmored humans. Wow. Wow. Alsker, you use a sword. 9 to 16, 10 to 16. Yeah, that is just an upgrade. Riskva, you're my only sling user. Have Blood Tapper. Riskva's clothes. Torvin doesn't need anything. Gunnar's armor. Everyone's got basic armor already, it looks like. DR melee. DR... Yeah, so this cloth armor is useless. This cloth armor is very bad. But loads of people probably will like this birch bow. Yeah. Oliver, what do you like about this shield? That's just an improvement. Great. I mean, lots of things are questionable. Agalias, for this period, lots of things are questionable about that pig. First and most notably, its size. That is a very large pig. That is an extremely, extremely large pig for this period. And it probably looks and acts really... Thank you. It looks and acts like it's a modern pig. Not quite as big, but you know, in that closer to that ballpark than to a medieval one. I believe so, yes. I'm not a historical zoologist, but that sounds right. That it should be a little bit looking more like a boar and a little bit less like a modern pig. Leifer Haukonsson. Hello, do you have any details? No. Tragic. Now somewhere there's supposed to be a couple more, there's like 2 more trees in here that we could be using.
That's strange. Grimmel's cottage is open.
No, it's
The
not.
tracks from the abandoned camp lead here. I got a bad feeling about this.
No, it's literally not open and I can't go inside. I have to reload the area in order for it to work, but spoilers, Grimulver is super dead. Look at that. An ash ship. Alright, I think that's 5 of the 6, but 3, 4, 5. So, we could use the oak, which would be extremely intimidating. Low cargo or low speed. Use the ash, medium intimidation, medium cargo, and low speed. High speed, low intimidation, low cargo. Medium speed, medium intimidation, low cargo. High cargo, low intimidation, low speed. So this will kind of affect our playstyle in the second part of this game. Because we have to get it built. And so the question is, do we want to be more of a trading vessel? In which case we probably want one of these two. Or do we want to be a hit and run raider? Or do we just want to like roll up and be like, guess what? You're scared of us now. What's the vibe? My vibe is that for the memes we use the large. Even though large would be an odd choice in the period, definitely oak, ash, and elm are the 3 super popular ones. You vote ash to do a bit of everything? Alright, yeah. Yeah, everything except running away. You know, let's do it. Hooray! Hooray! Alright. And on that note, let's head back to Erlinger's farm because we have a quest to turn in. Reasonably well rested. Great. Great. Okay. 4 people should be enough for this. We're not doing anything too spooky here, I think. If it turns out we have an issue, I'll burn that bridge down when we get to it. Dear Björn, Skarpjäden son. We have your thing. The random bear tooth. There you go. We also have a lot of skill points. Holy moly. Walk your shots, potentially useful. Suppose I could just... Let's do bow rank 2. Bow rank 2 is useful. Gives me 5 left here. Diplomacy still requires more. Repairing, scouting, or tinkering. I think everyone should have at least a little bit there. 19 skill points. Axes, and then a little bit less in Danax. You have dual wielding. Charge. How about I just don't get crit? Great, I have 22 hit points for you. Okay. Okay. Point blank. Night vision. that. Don't have enough for that. Okay. How's the gameplay and enjoyability? Magistrate, if you like CRPGs, you'll like this game. Like, there's not a lot... There's really not a lot funky else to say about it, because, like, if you like CRPGs, you're gonna like this, because it's a solid CRPG with all the fiddly nonsense that CRPGs are so good at. Like, I adore CRPGs, though I never have enough chance to actually play them. So, this is great fun for me. We'll just work on a bunch of those, I guess. That seems fine. That all seems sound and reasonable. Galder. Could use Galder, another Galder on that. Or I can do these. And you have a whole bunch of things, so... Perfect. Now if I go in here, how's everyone looking? How's everyone feeling? What's the vibe? The vibe is there's nothing here. There's nothing and nobody here. Where is everyone? That's usually not a good... There you are. Herlinger. Okay. Well. Fair enough. Look, you gotta be a magic user and do magic user about it. Right? You look like a magic user, you gotta act like a magic user. And if you act like a magic user, you gotta look like a magic user. Alright. Nay. We'll head down here, because that should make a bunch of people hungry. Yep. We have a campsite. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Assign meat to followers, then switch to rations. Security rating, the less likely you get attacked. Perfect. Don't get fatigued because it's bad for you. Someone has heavy sleeper, don't they? I gave someone the healthy. You've got rank 2 hunting. Alright, if we can get to rank 2, 5 total ranks of hunting. Then scout. You've got a good guard rank. You've got a good guard rank. Perfect. That leaves like one person with no significant guarding, but that still is fine. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I did not know this was all in here. That's a lot of stuff. Cool. Make some of those. And then I guess you can also scout, even though you're not particularly good at it. Hooray! Hooray! Caltrops did look useful, but I've not found a fight that I actually like super duper need them in yet. That gets a full day of walking should get us over here. And Ribe. We will leave our slaver, I guess. If we're gonna leave our slaver, I actually want to hit that inventory up and get our slaver crappy weapons, because he's not gonna be around. Though you prefer to use an axe over a sword, so maybe that isn't so important to do. You know, we'll do it this way. We'll make that my options. You've got a helmet. You've also got a sling. Interesting. Very interesting. That sling's worse than this sling, so hooray. Okay. Yeah. Now we get to enter a historical town. Once we, you know, load. Loading, 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 loading. So, this town is huge. Right, this is the town of Ribe is one
This
of
town goes on forever.
Have you never been to Ribe before?
Has Hulda ever left Skjern?
Used to attend every bloat here, but that was before she got you.
I'd like to be here for a bloat once.
You'll be Guya of Skjern one day. Attend so many you'll get sick of them.
Thank you, team. Interesting arrangement there. Good pathfinding, good pathfinding. So, this town was probably founded in the first decade of the 8th century. So by the time this game takes place, it's already 100 years old. Like, that's the state of how long it's been around. Is that we're rocking up to a 100-year-old town here. And it is huge. It is an extremely important trade site. Knock knock. Distinct sulfuric smell emanates from behind it. Anyway, what it actually effectively means is that this place is just incredibly important, and there's just a lot going on here all of the time. It's first attested in the middle of the 9th century in documentary evidence, but is probably on pace to be one of the most important. I see you quoting Havamal at me. Hey! Hey! Don't... Svana. Don't think I can't recognize that. Don't quote Havamal at me. That poem's not been composed yet. You can't just... It is the turn of the 800s. You cannot cite a 10th century poem at me. Excuse me. So, chat, the poem there, Halvamaul, or the Sayings of the High One, is effectively a series of proverbs. Yet now to pass under the stars and bring the frost with them. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, it's probably composed in the 900s. That's what linguistic evidence seems to suggest. It's neat. It's a bunch of, like, short proverbs that are super loved by every bit of Viking media ever, because they're supposedly said by Odin. And supposedly being said by Odin gives them big props in the realm of, you know, helpful information. And big props in the reception studies department. Alright. What do you sell? Uh-huh. So, we can buy rations. We've got a decent amount right now. We do need to buy a few. They're not particularly expensive, but... I bet meat is even cheaper? Yeah. That's what I guessed. Ignore the fact that Odin can frequently use questionable device. Jaunskeggjason. Uh-huh. Frisia. Yes. Okay. Okay. Hey, look. This is a CRPG. Welcome into our humble tent. My name is Gnipli. How am I thirsty today? That's not what you see before you believe is the most impressive collection of materials for smithing, tailoring, or even carpentry. Adorable. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then we'll spend some of that on more salvage. Perfect. Salvage is helpful for us because it lets us make things. Ingemar, yes. Dat is een frapke. Ingemar Gerriksson. Oh, is this advice a good advice for Odin? Not just not for anyone else? In this case, it's actually broadly not. That is actually not true because, of course, these being proverbs are actually culturally seen as good advice. And so it's advice on such things as don't drink too much if you don't trust people, because alcohol is bad. Alcohol and needing to defend yourself don't mix. Or, don't die stupidly in a fight because you can't protect your honor when you're dead. Hooray! I wouldn't drink that if I were you. Hey, Ruskva just notified us that there's poison. But where do you know my father? Same here, allied against Ors. We were fucking strong, him and I. Put those milksops in their place. Finesse medium. Uh-huh. Father set forth with his hears to sail west. Thought that was the end of him. When he gathered men for his hears, did he ask me? No. Your father wronged me, Vimunder, insulted my honor. Then the bastard went and died. When you see him tell him Ingimar, did not forget this slight. Yeah. Yeah. We may be a little bit got there. I need you to back up. For the time being, I need you to switch to a weapon that's not as bad. I need you to actually also back into the center here. You're okay there, you're okay there. You... Well, you should actually step back here into cover. You are in cover there, so you're good. And this dude, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Lonely Space Borb. Yup, everyone got spotted. That's not nice. Yep, there's the stun. Ow. That's alright, still shouldn't be a death. Oh.
If I don't make it, take care of my boys.
Oh. Well. That's a very bad start. Interesting. Don't have a ton of good options there. Huh. I think maybe I step up here and I do this and drug them and I demoralize them And then that would still be very bad to attack into. Okay, we'll back up there. I guess. Do I just like shoot this guy in the face and take the L? I think I just take the opportunity attack and then shoot this guy in the face. Oh, helpful. Why are you moving? Interesting. Ah, so you could get the stun off. That had to do it. Oh good, he moved up into a bad position, so I should be able to kill this guy. Too much problem. Though, we will see. Why did you point blank me? Oh, okay.
That hit deserves to be commemorated in verse.
We'll hide there, I guess. I don't have any of the great defensive options. Yeah, ow.
Need a hand?
Thank you.
This could go very badly for us. Cool, you already used that, so I'm just gonna restore... Goodnar to make sure that he's okay. And, otherwise, just kind of hunker up. The fact that I blocked none of my relevant shields is actually incredibly bad news. That's fine, we're fine. We're still fine. Ruskva should be able to be okay. I think. Wait, what? I want it to be Katic. Shoot there. Damn it. That was dumb of me. Every time. Good. But that baits out the interrupt shot. That's what I wanted. That's good for me. Though it doesn't necessarily look like it. Because that lets me do this.
Shit! Let me take a look.
And then she's able to duck back into cover without too much hassle. Probably should have used charge there, but that's okay. We're still doing okay. Guaranteed hits that. Guaranteed hits that. No problem. Ow. If I could land a block, that would be helpful. Luckily, I think we've got someone who's just going to focus on... getting restores. Now the nice thing about focusing on getting restores is that they can't out-heal my damage. Like, just not a thing that can be done. See? Easy as can be. And then you heal up, I heal you again. Risk back and then duck back here again. And should end up okay. Quick shot, if it hits both, is bad. How come they always have that sort of accuracy? Oh well, that still should not be a kill. Okay, yeah. There's no way that's a kill.
There's more where that came from.
We did fine. I actually love this fight. I knew this fight was coming. I love this fight because it's exactly on flavor. For an interior hall fight. In that, in Saga literature, things get... fights against halls will tend to have two phases. So the first one is where you'll be just like running around, or you'll have kind of the fight outside of the hall. And so someone will be, you'll have like one person inside the hall, or one army inside the hall, one army outside the hall, and they'll be just like exchanging blows, missiles, and having phases of attacks where there's someone defending these doors, and then people will just be cycling in and out, fighting. Then there's the moment when everyone breaks into the hall, and that's when things get really messy. And a lot of Saga literature will then talk about, oh, I don't know, maybe there will be discussions of someone trying to flee into the church in order to be somewhere where it's bad form to just steal their stuff. Right? It's just kind of bad form to kill them, because that's not how that's supposed to work. Interesting. What is AP? Armor piercing. So yeah, I don't know. I guess the fact that they set this up in such a way to contrive this fight, when everything's super broken down, it's very individualized, right? Being able to scrap 3 people in a row is already doing pretty good. In this chaos of this hyper close quarters hall combat, feels really good. That feels really on vibe for Saga literature, which seems to be the main thing that they're trying to do here. God morgon! The longhouse used by Ragnhild is here. Frankish magic in Saxony, merchant looking to hire warriors, scared, raided by Northmen. Grim news, the Christians appear dead set on converting all pagans to worship of their own god or else killing them. Well, that's a little overblown, but, you know, Charlemagne. King Sigurd sworn they will stop the Christian expansion, promised to aid all Saxon refugees. Rumors abound that the king may assemble the Leithanger and sail south to discourage any Frankish incursions into Yeland. So, I mean, this is a real concern. This is very much like fantasy geopolitics, in that it's not known whether the King of Denmark was actively aiding Saxons, but, you know, there is a massacre and forced conversions at the end of the 8th century from Charlemagne into Saxony, and there was concern that the Franks would move into Denmark. Luckily, Hungary was a bigger issue, and then Brittany revolted, and so Charlemagne never got that path. Aye, Jartr Jaunskegjason stands over there for the 3rd day in a row, asking everyone for that. Travelers in the marsh have been disappearing. Rumors of giants and lantern men are beginning to spread. Amazing. Perhaps some other time. Don't really feel like doing that right this second, you know? You can't kill me on sacred ground. How about I do anyway? That definitely did happen. That's not supposed to happen, but that definitely did happen. The Bishop of Skullhold usually gets excited when that happens, though, and there's one case in the 13th century where he actually climbs up on the roof of his own church to tell everyone, hey, knock it off, or I will excommunicate all of you. Right here, right now. I dare you. Ah, boo. That's gonna be annoying to repair. Okay. And it's only at 9 out of 11 durability. Never mind. I want to look at the stock of materials. And he has rubbish prices. Okay. What can you make? I don't like you to make one of those. I like you to look at making a spear. Boo. Well, that's actually extremely bad. Those aren't good weapons. Like, did I actually make it for me? He did. Amazing. Boom. I now have a helmet. I'm glad I have a helmet. This is a surprise ambush. Incredible. Thank you for the demoralize. Are you just gonna hit me with a... Oh. Yeah. I can cuss everyone. And then one guy way the heck down here for no reason. Alright. Really? God, every time. I need to remember that I should always spot first. And we'll hit ourselves with the Tears Favor, and then hide in a corner for support. Great. You've got the Demoralize this time. Nah, it's just a % chance of block. They just didn't work because I whiffed. Oh, come on. Oops. Heck. Oh, I got the kill. Nice. Feels good. Good morning, sleepy artist. We are in the town of Ribe in Denmark, and we just got ambushed. Darned assassins. Luckily, they weren't too tough. You will notice, getting really a winged spear that's that crappy. It's funny that they have a winged spear there. That's a very Frankish design. Winged spears are distinctively Carolingian in this period. So that is very funny. Anyway, this town looks like it's kind of rubbish. I'll be honest. Something they kind of what? Named Vraungur. Southeast. Alright. Been looking for Ribe, another actual town. Uh-huh. Took the dowry, failed to pay the morning price, and left town with all of our trade goods. Ah. Yes. So, yeah, you know, a quarter of the town has burned down, and it seems to be the fault of that one guy. Is there a temple to visit? Not that I know of, not in this town. There may be some elsewhere, but as far as I know, there isn't one in this part of town. Like, there isn't that much town left to explore. We've seen most of it. Like, that is the edge of town. So... it is questionable as to what sort of, temple space we're gonna get hit by, which is good. One thing I will say that I don't hate this, town layout, but I don't entirely agree with it either. The thing I don't hate about it is that for really all of this space, Ribe is originally a ring fort. That's how it gets its start. Is that it is a circular fortification in a style very typical of the Iron Age. And so, you know, the fact that everything in this town vaguely wraps around itself is very good, but I don't like how random the placement of houses appears to be. Like, there's some good bits, like this street looks really good, but some of the other ones, the houses were just kind of in places. Right, it was kind of, wherever there happens to be a spot for a house, let's drop a house there. And I don't know that I agree with that. I don't know that it's wrong, but I don't know that that would be my instinct with a Viking Age town. Certainly not one of this size. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, Mart'll make his trouble. Two notches on the left here, three on the right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. St. Halfdanner and his girl Randvig were here. Bilder's stepson lives in town. Uh-huh. Pauli is smart? Aww. Okay, so they all insist that that's not happening. And I don't know where the other family is. I honestly don't know who else I'm looking for here. Somebody? I don't know where Martel is. I don't know where he got off to. As you can tell, this map is actually quite enormous. There's a lot of construction still ongoing. A lot of places still being built. So this town just has a lot going on. This town has a lot going on. Yoink. Mine. Mine. Uh-huh. Won't be left alone. Uh-huh. Well, that is a thing. What an option. Let us see what options there are that are not just, you know, murder the children. I don't feel good about murdering children, just like I don't feel good about, oh, let's do slavery. Right, I appreciate, sort of, that that is an option that they give you. Because that is an option with, again, some historical grounding. But it's not an option you should feel good about. Uh-huh. Thank you, Skaku. Aww. Ja, Vegunder. Show the life of a shield maiden before we met. $50. Uh-huh. Do I not have enough? Oh, I only have 200 valuables right now. I spent all my cash. That's what it is. Boo. I've spent too much cash right now. Uh-huh. People have been disappearing in the marsh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Great. Tell me what this is about. Uh-huh. Salmer and Palni. A man named Viltur. Aha. An accurate rejoinder to your mundane inquiry would suggest affirmation. Illicit appropriations have occurred anteriorly. Arrange the liquidation of my... Oof. Oof. Ha! Ah, appreciate that. Well, Palny's kind of a jerk, TBH. They killed my big brother, aw. Well, I don't believe anybody here. I think they're all liars. I think everyone involved here is liars. Could I check this quest? No, that's... Hello. Please make your own way over here. I was not gonna... That was nearby? That was what counted as nearby here? I don't believe it. I don't trust it. Hello. Well, coming from Oz and Vibor. Good folk mostly. Mardol's son. Done with a bad crowd, started trouble. Didn't end well. Brother Ausa. Alexander's brother was the first thought to have killed him. Found he was home with a cold at the time of the murder. Well, chat, what do we think? I think it is extremely uncertain what on earth is happening. I think it's extremely uncertain what's going on in there. And I don't trust any of them. Oh, Svana. The Gilia is young and not much older than you. Welcome, my name is Svana. I'm a Gilia. Our faith at all. Shall I count the Ballad of Hymir, where mighty Thor pulls out the Midgard serpent? Perfect. Long ago, the gods were eating their prey. In the mood for a drink before they were full, they shook the sticks and looked at the lots. They learned that at Aegir's was a fine cup of cauldrons. Aegir the cliff dweller sat there, cheerful as a child. Thor, son of dread, defiant, stared him in the eye. Often you'll have to prepare drinking feasts for the Aesir. The word-surly warrior gave trouble to the giant. He thought how next he might be revenged on the gods. Aegir asks Sif's husband to bring him a cauldron, which I can brew ale for you all. The far-famed gods and the great powers couldn't get one anywhere till, because of close ties, Loki was able to offer much welcome advice to Thor alone. East of Jelivaugar dwells hugely wise Hymir at Heaven's Edge. My fierce father owns a pot, a capricious cauldron a league deep. Chat, do you know what can you spot the errors from Hymiskvida? There's two right now. There are two significant errors with, in this retelling of Hymiskvida. Offspring of giants, I like to hide you brave pair under the pots. My lovely husband many of time has been mean and bad-tempered to guess. The man, malice sharpened, came back late, hard-headed Hymir, home from the hunt. When he walked in the hall, the icicles tinkled, the old guy's beard was frozen. That's error one. This dude has gotten it. According to Hymiskvida, it is Tyr, and not Loki, whose father is Hymir, and who accompanies Thor on this expedition. Griefer of giantesses. Them quickly boiled. Each one may shorted by a head before being born to be cooked. Yep, jet black ox. Then there the ogre exterminator broke from the bull the lofty high pasture of both horns. The Lord of Goats told the offspring of... Yes, don't. No. Hang on. Hold up. Is that... That might be a real kenning, for the relevant thing. But I don't trust that. That should be like stanza 11. Huh. It's almost exactly, actually. It's only slightly truncated. So that should be stanza 20... Nope. Stanza 21? Oh, cool, it is. Okay. Dromir... That's not the right one. Previous stanza. There we are. Bad Hlungota Hafra, the Lord of Goats, or... Yeah. Right. Bad Hlungota Hrapa Drochtin. Átrún apa utafæra, en sá jötun sína taldi lilla físja róa lengra. So, that is actually, well, I don't love that. That is actually accounting for Hymir, used in the poem. Drome hier móðugur fali, ein á ungli of Sven 2. And after is good ordnir, Sipjaður, vier velad vad gerði sér. Famed Hymir then caught full of wrath alone 2 whales in a single cast, but back in the stern, Odin's kin cunningly laid his line. Yeah, so this is actually mostly a translation of Himmelskviða. Almost word for word. They're taking some liberties with it, and they switched Loki and Tyr around for no discernible reason. Like, I'm really not sure why they did that. Yeah. It's a mystery. Steered... Soon caused the stone column to shatter with a cut from the seat he struck it at a pillar, and they bore it back to Hymir in one place. Until the lovely Swayam turned some useful advice that she knew. Hid it on Hymir's head when he's heavy with food. It's harder than any cup. It's up to you if you can take the Elked Lavar home. Loki tried twice to stir it. Should be Thor. And then Hymir chases them. And Thor then murders everyone. Oh, I do need medicine. Need moldy bark from Betroll Tree. In the marsh to the southeast. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Good stories. Good storytelling. The other error is that I don't love how they translate the beginning with Aegir. Aegir is, broadly speaking, more friendly to the gods in the source material. They do it pretty close, but I think they play up how upset Aegir is that the gods have crashed the party a little bit more than the poem actually requires. Other than that, though, it actually was a translation rather than a retelling. So that's exciting. Using lichen for medicine. Yes. We don't have a lot of medical treatises from the Viking Age. Actually, I don't think we have any medical treatises from the Viking Age. So we'd be looking off, like, using Old English cognates, I guess. So, like, Bald's Leech Book. As a comparison point. But, realistically, hard-pressed to guess exactly what they're doing with that. What exactly they think is going on with that. But my guess is that they may be referring to something akin to like a Trianader. Right, the troll tree there. So the idea of a living tree that you would worship at, and who in return would give you certain things. Aww. Huh. What do I think about the temple space? I actually don't hate it. I like that it's nice and small. Right, it's very small, it's not that different from one of the houses. It's just a little bit taller. And so that's a fairly plausible reconstruction of what a Viking Age temple might have looked like. Emphasis on might. Grimar, what an unbelievable coincidence to run into you again here. How the fuck? Just dead. Immediately dead. Oh good, and I actually get to start. Thank God. You know how difficult this gets when you can't... Get a clean attack to start with. Negates cover, and I should be able to just shoot across, right? No? No? You're gonna be a jerk about it? You're gonna be a jerk about it. Fine. We're gonna interrupt. I want to see if I can attack through here first. I can. Perfect. Charge. I would love to be able to not stand there, but that's fine. That's totally fine. Going to have you do this, and then you are going to demoralize, and then run up. Perfect. Even if all three of these hit, they shouldn't kill him. Holy shit. That was a lot of damage. But he did something weird? He just did something weird. Whatever. you.
What's this?
My thanks.
Grand Chicken Lord, any questions on their overall impressions of the Vikings instead of the nitty-gritty details? It's really good. Right? If we are going full vibes, the thing I love about this are the things that we would perhaps initially or primarily see as inaccuracies. So... And now we have a ship. That bad thing is going to take us across the sea. Besides, we can't even muster the crew for a ship that long. We'll see if we can sell this. Because I could use those valuables. I would love those valuables. I would love to be able to sell a lot of this random crap. Like, I would love to be able to sell a bunch of this, like, just random stuff that we've gotten. But yes. Right, the biggest and probably most important thing when it comes to the vibe that we're seeing Trollkarta. Yup. Okay. Thank you. Game? Game? Game. The game has bugged. Game. Oh dear. As nice as this is, I seem to be unable to escape. Well, we'll reload it and be back in a moment. We'll just reload the game and be back in a moment. Don't worry about it. We may lose a little bit of progress there, but it should have auto-saved after we beat the last fight. So I'm not too worried. But anyway, the vibe of the game is actually extremely good. Because a lot of our saga heroes, right, when we think about the Vikings, we're actually thinking about a very large number of people most of the time. But most of our evidence for the Viking Age are the stories about a handful of genealogies of people. Right. So it's the story of a Skargrimsson and his companions, or the saga of the people of Laxardal. So it's stories of these individual people and their relations with other individual people. That is basically the core feature of everything. Like, that is the core feature of how, well, most of this... Thorgeir, where are you going? Thorgeir, I need to talk to you again. Oh. Maybe I just saved because I just finished Assassins. Yeah, I just finished Assassins. Okay. So it had literally just saved. Brilliant. Anywho, so yeah, I think this game does a brilliant job at communicating, this sort of saga energy in this extremely early Viking Age setting. So it does the historical reconstruction pretty well, and then uses that to tell a very literary sort of story, or sorts of stories, that really communicate the vibe of the personal drama that people telling stories about the Viking Age found compelling. So, really good vibes. Which, Chat, which one do you think it is? I think they stole it. I think they stole this pick. But I'm also not sure that this is the, I'm worried that one way or another we're about to get into a big fight, and I don't really want to hurt either of these families. Okay. None of them like that, but that's okay. Notice the thing I'm actually worried about with regards to this is the status that Ragnveig holds. Though I'm not sure where her hall is. Is it in here? This hall looks nicer than everyone else's. Like, I'm not sure where the Jarl's hall actually is. So I could scrap it for 100 wood. That's the slaver. I don't really want to do that. Great. That's a lot of... That was a lot of silver. Which we love, because the silver lets us do some nice things for other people. The silver lets us not be a terrible person. Once again, reputation is many things, and being generous is sometimes more important. Campaign map, there it is. Well, I probably should have expected that. That is a huge building. That is our huge building and our only actual full-size longhouse. So, I probably should have been able to guess that. Oh well. I'm glad that we figured it out. Uh-huh. Row of casks. He's Nuki, he's Sigmundur. You're all seeing a visiting Gothi, or chieftain, secular and religious combined chieftain, and his followers, all the way from Glavendrup, I think. It's a pale fellow. Oh. So they're busy. Tragic. The Jarl is busy. I see. Well then. In that case, I think it's time to go back out into town. I think we've got things that need doing. Namely, going down to the marshes even farther south, towards Haithabu. Ooh. I want to stop by here first. We are, however, going to check our inventory. No, that's our other thing. Because I do want to make sure that he has... that if I'm doing this, I don't need those. Because what I will instead want is another bow. The old bow there, and then can give you the really good sword. Because that's what you specialize in, is the really good sword. Perfect. And what else can we do? You've got 6 SP right now. That takes a lot, that takes a lot. Okay. And we will do that. And that. And that. And that. Who's the one with heavy sleeper? Auslaver. Auslaver has heavy sleeper. Fantastic. Good to know. Anyway, this is occupied, which means we have to do a fight in order to deal with it. But that is okay. We can do a fight about it. Oh. The fight about it is all wolves. Interesting. I was not expecting the wolves to be the one who have occupied this. Creep up and interrupt. You don't have a relevant thing, so we'll creep up and physical resistance, Baldur's favor. And then I guess interrupt. We'll just set everyone up to be interrupting them. And the wolves will come charging in randomly. Because, you know, what we were saying about the wolves not being, like, weird. The wolves have gone back to being weird. Luckily, we should be able, somewhat reliably, to gank 2 of these wolves. Oh, hey. You got too close. Make that, hopefully, 3 of these wolves? Boo. Still should be 3 of these wolves. Because if even you can get this kill, that frees up a lot of space. What? Oh, I used the sling at point blank. I'm an idiot. I want Vimunder to be the one in charge of... Just shoot this wolf. We'll spot the wolf because I don't trust myself to land that shot. Because, my guy's just bad. My guy is not much of a combatant. He's okay, but he's not great. But we are going to point blank this guy. It didn't kill him. It didn't kill. Damned 1 HP wolves. That's fine. This is all fine. See, we're not even taking that much damage. 2 hits and we're not even at half HP yet. I was hoping that was a little bit farther away. That guy won't get to attack because he's too far away. Run up and then stab. Run up here and stab. Maybe I'll crit. That'd be cool. No? Unlucky. Unlucky. Oh, that healed the other wolf. That's no fun. That's no fun at all. Who would do that? Oh well, we now have an awesome camp cleared out. Like, that's actually a really important camp for us. Just because, we can get everyone a chance to treat the injuries. We will use meat first, then assign that. Auslever only needs 1 thing, so... Resting stays off fatigue. You have no ranks in... Let's see, can you do medicine about this? Perfect. Can I also still do medicine about this? So that's a no. Can anyone else do medicine about this? Yes. Don't need to do that. Do, however, want to do that. Meat hunting. Scout as well. You're actually gonna guard again. And you only need one thing as sleep, so you can repair... Don't want to repair any of these, actually. I don't feel the need to repair any of those. Maybe we'll just, like, guard all the time. Guard, guard, guard. Guard, guard. Because, yeah, you don't have anything else super useful for me right now. You'll preserve things just to see what happens. You'll preserve things, you'll go hunting. Perfect. You know, so hole in bottom of one of your sacks. Oh, lose half my things due to... Hooray! Healthy. Lost some medicine. Lost a bunch of stuff. But we did find something of interest. So, let's take a look at what our something of interest is, and then we'll go into the swamp. Plus 12 wood. Plus 4 hides. To the swamp. Röskva. And Auslever and Gunnar. Amazing. Let's take a look at what we can do here before we wrap up the stream. Marshes suck, by the way. Just obligatory swamp level. We still hate it. Don't care what genre of game it is. Don't care what it is. Swamp levels, bad. All the time. Always bad. Even though this marsh actually looks fairly okay right now. It's very snowy. It's a very iced over marsh. Hello. Aww. No fish will bite your hooks. The old man and the marsh. At least it's not a poison swamp? Yeah, well, I mean, don't get ahead of ourselves here. I don't expect it to be a poison swamp, because these are bogs and... they... probably is not poisonous, because historical settings don't love random poison nonsense. But we never know. There's always a chance. Okay, seriously, like, why is... why is the map so useless? It's like, it's 90-degree rotated from what I want it to be. I don't know what to do about it. There's no mistaking the tree that Gideon mentioned. It looks like it's stood in this place forever. Hooray. Vetter. Uh-huh. Hey Ed, watch over your friend. That should be fine. We did the examination and we were fairly confident. And I trust ourselves. I trust ourselves. Though the fact that we took all of the bark from, or all of the...
Who would want to live in a place such as this?
That old man Sandar. He was an odd fish, though.
That's not what I... Never mind.
Those fires there. You can still smell the smoke on them. Whoever lives here may come back soon.
Uh-huh. Sadly, the door is closed, so whoever lives here is still a mystery. Here we go again. More wolves. Hooray. Dang, surprise rounds. Block? Oh, pounce. Pounce is better for us. Pounce is fine because then our standard is just much lower. Our standard is way better if we can just... Quick shot, you... Hit? Yeah. Hit again? Amazing. That helps us a lot. We will do this. Of course, at the last step we missed. That's fine though. This is totally fine. That healed a bunch of wolves. But I'm not too worried because 3 wolves versus 3 of us is not a situation I want to be the wolves for. You know? You know? See? Look at that. And then we're still able to heal.
Don't worry, I'm here.
Excellent!
Beautiful. And that should get an attack, but that's not a big attack, and then we're good. Look at that. Not even a little bit scared. Okay. Pounced again. If you could stop. If you could stop with that, that would be extremely appreciated. See? That's what I'm talking about. And Riskva can't actually attack through that, but can kill with a sling. Whoop. Easy as can be. Not even close. It does actually very helpfully give us more skill points though. Like, those skill points matter a lot. Cause... Oh no. Okay, that's a random corpse. We're good. We're still good. We're still good. It was just a random corpse beaten up by wolves in the marsh. You know, like wolves do. If by marsh this basically means a pine bog, that's actually ecologically plausible. If still a bit, a bit culturally dubious. Perhaps. More skill points. Let's look at how many skill points we've got, because we actually should have a decent number right now. 10, 14, 6, 4, 7, 12. Getting another demoralize could actually be quite useful. Oh, I could also upgrade this again. I've already spent 100 total on the. Interesting. That lets me do a lot, actually. Cool. That means I don't want to get too excited because I want to start saving up for some of these big weapon increases. Because, you know, that's a lot of damage. And I don't want to miss them. And I want that next healing, definitely. So yeah, maybe I won't do anything yet because we're gonna upgrade our weapons. Look at their shields and guard, Vimander. These are schoolies, man. I've got the big one. Incredible. And I land the ambush. So these are the 1, 2, 3, there's 5 of them. And I actually have control of these guys. That's interesting. That's not necessarily what I was expecting. Is that us? I want to try and knock this guy if I can manage it. And since I can't seem to manage it, I will just get the interrupt there. And then we'll focus this. Is this a plausible hyper long range shot? Yeah, it is. Look at that. I don't know if they're gonna let me make this attack. No. They are not going to. That's fine. That's completely fine. Napia can end up going... over here. And then Ruskala can run up and... oh, you got entangled. That's awkward. Maybe we'll create a spot here that all the thralls can hide in. Because these guys don't have anything to immobilize them. Grappled, so then they can just actually beat up on... They can actually just beat up on them. Since they're grappled, they should actually be able to run away fairly safely. Because there's no... We're gonna leave them there, I guess. Hopefully they'll be more interested in us than in the... Ow. Why are you point blank attacking? Oh, you're restoring, that's why. Amazing. Cool, cool, cool. There's that.
Hurry, I'm here.
Why, thanks.
Alright, our continued work of just committing random murders, because we're cool like that. These guys are fairly strong. These guys are actually quite strong. 85% chance to hit. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, you got snared. Oh, you're just locked up for the entire next turn. Oof. That should be in cover, right? Oh well. We'll do that. That seems fine. And yeah, you'll just do nothing, because that's okay. You're gonna still try and heal you again. That's fine. Good! This is actually going extremely well. Even with one of my people getting ensnared dumbly. And you whiff that, you whiff that, great, love that for us. You'll probably hit that one, yep. That's fine. I did light him on fire. Oh, that's very funny. Oh, that is extremely funny. We're gonna light him on fire too. Alright, Nepia, are you done? Because I need you to be somewhere else. Grapple again. And what's next? I guess we run up here and just demoralize. Well, they can't do a whole lot, so... Progress. These are fun fights. Like, they're a bit random, just on the grounds that, you know... There is a... There is a somewhat limited number of fights you can actually be taking care of before it's like, that's maybe a bit weird. Also, I look like they may have gotten minor burns. Both of the people who walked through may have gotten minor injuries from being on fire. Yeah, a light burn. And a light burn. Hooray. And a limited amount of slaving. We are honorable or something. Or something. We will pretend. Because frankly, I don't feel like dealing with the ethical ramifications of prominent streamer me doing a slavery. Wow, that's not a good... That was not a very impressive. Find. Oof.
So, do we believe in lantern men? We don't, right?
Ghost lights that lure travelers to their doom? Old wives' tales. I've seen them sometimes, when I go into the marshes for herbs.
Curses!
No, don't encourage
What?
him.
My
Step into
grandma
a
used to
hole.
say,
Now my
lantern
sons
men mark the location
At
of a
least the hole
treasure
didn't keep your
buried
boot.
underwater.
If we spot any lights in the marsh, I say we send Gunnar to look for treasure.
Uh-huh.
I'll take you up on that. But I get to keep what I find.
Thank you, Overlay Dialogue. Appreciate you. And... It doesn't leave me with a lot of places to check out. Right? Like, oh, there's actually a decent chunk up here. How do I get up there? Lanternmen? Or Will-o'-the-Wisps, or whatever. They're all over the place. There are Danish folktale collections do mention lanternmen. So, of some variety. So, right, I don't know that there's so much, in terms of are they Viking Age, there's some shenanigans around that, because there's one thing that looks like it might be. In Grete Saga, there is a story where there's like a fire. Right, there is a fire out on the hill, and he's talking to one of his companions, and he says, in Iceland, we would say that those mark the location of treasure, but of, like, the treasure of the Huldefolk. So, some kind of elf treasure. But you should probably not mess with that. Because that is extremely dangerous, and if you go looking for it, you're probably going to die. And it's been interpreted that refers to, in some way, intending to be like warnings against lava bubbles, right? If lava's bubbling up, maybe there's treasure down there, but also if you get too close, it will burn you and you will die. So, don't do that. Oh, these are the people I told you about. Hooray! We got some nets, I guess. Is that a great thing? I'm uncertain the extent to which that is a great thing. Now, there are things in here that still need exploring. Exploring and explicating. Because, like, there's at least one quest event that has not yet happened. Yeah, that one. No, it just felt like... Uh-huh. Oh, come on. There we go. We are good people. Right, that should be definitive proof that we are nice people who do nice things. Or something. Like a good saga hero, given the choice between, trusting what a wife says or what a husband says, we trust the wife. And that should be it. Because I don't think there's anything down here. Yeah, that's all bog. So that should be it down here. Unless we wanted to steal things in the house. Which I don't think we do. Not right now, at least. So that should wrap up this. And that should let us go back to Ribe. I don't know what we're gonna do particularly from Ribe, but that's neither here nor there. We'll figure it out. We've got lots of time. Disgruntled, loyal, pleased. Great, our slaver doesn't like us. That's probably a problem. Oh, we never did figure out the cause of the... I guess Skula's slave... traders? Hopefully that was the cause of the people disappearing. Otherwise we'll have to, like, do some explaining again. Where's our quest log? Quest log, Hell Hath No Fury. Tracks that one. Thank you. Amazing. We got a merchant. We recruited our merchant to the cause. I'm sure she'll be fine and have no problems. Frail one. Up here. Over here. And we have a decent amount of cash again, which is nice. Though, I wish I could break down some of these junked weapons to turn them into even more cash. That would be more helpful. Oh well. We'll take care of that in a little while. We're just gonna wrap up these quests here, then we'll wrap up stream for the day. I think that's a nice productive thing to have explored Ribe and its surrounding area. And that should give us enough time. Hooray. Back to Björtis in Sker. And then we'll be all set. So we are getting close. We are getting very close. But... let's see what other options we've got. If quests to wrap up. Find a way to remove the rats from Yarther's property. Preparations. Alright. So that's it in Ribe, which is neat. Certainly all that we can do right this second, because it will take some doing to... You'll take some doing in order to truly make things... find a good way to get rid of the rats, but we also have some time, right? We're like a third of the way through the month, so I'm not too worried in terms of time. Because even getting to Funen is only like a day, which is interesting. Uh-huh. Oh, good. So now I can actually do that one, too. Perfect. The rats are the children of men and women who died in the Battle of Brauvetlir, fighting against Sigurd the Hringur. Uh-huh. I will attempt to find a peaceful solution. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you, Ragnhildur. She seems to be nice. She seems to be pretty nice. And at least being on Sigurd the Hringur's good terms is useful. Even though, lots of other people have that to their name too. I'm not sure what solutions exist for peaceful solutions to the rats, though. We'll just see what we can locate with them. I guess. We could hire them. Yeah, that's my... That had been my thought, but unfortunately, it is unclear to me that that is an option. Right, I'm not persuaded that I actually have that as an option. We'll take a look. We won't take care of them until next week anyway. Why don't we wrap up? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Perfect. And we are, yeah, just over a quarter of the way through, so we've got some time yet to do a lot of gigs. Let's go take out the monsters in the marsh. I want to go see what looks like what counts as a monster around about these parts. So we are going to go back one more time over here to take a look at what we can do. Because I really am curious what counts as a monster in the marsh, and I'm annoyed that I didn't... Yeah, that I'm just gonna, like, lose several hours from that. Oh well. We will take care of most of those things, later. We'll take care of most of it later. Travel to the marsh. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Monsters in the marsh. Track this. Right in the center. Well, yeah, that would do the trick. The very large people and the dog would be our problem. Oh, good. So everything is bad because we're hungry. The spirits of this marsh call dark things to their service. Well, that's alright. We'll just have to be intelligent here. Unnaturally large and their features hideously misshapen. Giants, giants. Little people burn to our fire. Oh, good. One nice surprise round. The solution, by the way, in the surprise round is I just need to back the heck up. Back up, back up. I can re-attack and reassess once, once I have lured them in, but I want to be able to get the first attack, or the first, like, melee attacks. Wow, that guy is tall. Yeah, they're tall. Interesting experience. Not sure that I'm thrilled about them... about most of this. But luckily they don't seem to be too bulky. We'll see what we can... We'll see what we can do here. You are I'm just going to eat the opportunity attack. Because while it's annoying, it's better than the alternative, because I just don't trust him. And then there's that.
While you can still say I yield.
Gunnar can hit that guy. You can do this. And then you can step forward. Nay, that wasn't the one I wanted to do. I wanted to do the stun. Boo. That's fine. Phew.
Good hit. I won't let that happen again.
Okay.
It's not over yet.
Okay, these guys are big. Okay, you got the stun on me. That's okay. Quick shot from 2 squares away might be great. Perfect. There's the stun. No one's hurt, right? Great. You'll get one shot by that, so I don't trust that option. Maybe we'll just focus on stabbing this guy while he can't move. Maybe we'll just focus on getting just good hits in while this guy cannot move. He does seem to just be big, doesn't he? Protected. Interesting. My answer to that is that you don't get to do anything. There we go. Once we got them into our trap, right, we just had to get our machine rolling, and then our machine has a great trap, which is... oh, heck. I goofed that up real bad. But our trap is land stuns, then roll them, and hope that Gunnar is not too badly broken. He cracked a rib. For getting hit by a crit, just a cracked rib is pretty good. And in turn, in further response, we get 3 amazing weapons. I mean, a cracked rib for 3 amazing weapons feels very worth. Really? Can I not grab these anymore? Can I actually not grab them anymore? Yeah, plus 32 valuables. Boo. We should have stolen them when we had the chance. Don't know why I can't steal them now, but so be it. Fine. I'll be that way. Unclear whether those are actually giants, or if they're just pretending to be giants. Right, are they merely big, or are they actually giants? Unclear. Doesn't matter. We are going to go back to our safe camp, and then we're going to call it a night, because we've got this very, very good camp right here. Check them for stilts? Smart. We need to do a medicine. So Ruskva, you need to do a heal on Gunnar. Yes. Oh, I have to pick which one of these that we're doing. Gotcha. Then, Ruskva, we also need to heal you for that. And then, Vilander, we can heal Gunnar for that. You get 2 rests, you get 2 rests, you go hunting. Everyone gets those. You're gonna guard, you're gonna guard. You're mostly just guarding. Scouting, scouting. Great. Amazing. So we have now survived the night, found things nearby. Found things nearby, and let's head over here, turn in our quest, and then call it a day. Well, actually, do some pesky, turn in the quest, do some pesky micromanagement, and then call it a day. Because he was injured, and we're making him do a lot of, guard duty, I think. He also, just broadly speaking, he was the one who tried to take over when we were... Right, when... He's our cousin, and so, you know, when we took over from our dad, he tried to take over from us. And then we beat him up. Skill points. That's what we're looking for. Look at how much I can do with 16 skill points. 21 skill points. We are going to get you either heal... Yeah, definitely heal level 3, because that's your job. Is to just do heals on people. You, I think I just want him to have... Okay, he already has Axe 3. I understand. Relentless. And... if I could get Strider, that would be another huge one. You've got a lot of things. Let's get you Spear number 3. Smack. That's 9. Okay. You want Bow rank 3. Which gives me aim shot, which is awesome. You either want shields... You want that. Heavy swing. You... I'm not sure what you want. Maybe the ones, like, lots of leadership. Then yeah, that's everyone's upgrades. Perfect. So, I think that wraps up our stream for today. We had a good long progress, got to explore a historical town. Overall, I really like how they're portraying it. While there's not... Well, we're not getting the classic, I mean, Trelleborg is the very classic ring fort, but Ribe is also a ring fort. So we are only getting like a vague hint here on the map about how this is a ring. Right? It's extremely vague. we're not really getting that, not seeing the big ring walls. But that's okay. What we are seeing is all the things we would expect to see. Traders from a bunch of different places, a bunch of families having little disputes, a nice market. It feels very gamey, feels very CRPG, but also, you know, feels perfectly in line with what we see in the Icelandic sagas and all the petty drama that turns into people dying in the Icelandic sagas. Which I like. I like that a lot. Next time, I'm a little bit still figuring out what... Oh, we can actually upgrade some of our farms here. That would be awesome. Actually, a lot of these would be useful. What does it take to do some of them? Great. Farms rank 1 in progress. 2 days left. So they're going to work on that while we're not around. But yes, next time we shall try and recruit more people and then make our way over towards a burial mound. And then we'll see what adventures we will probably... It probably won't be for 2 weeks that we enter the burial mound itself, but that's because I want to get a guest on to talk burial mounds and all the spooky stuff that lives around them. Anyway, thank you, those of you who stuck around, those of you who joined us for any amount of this. And extra big thanks to our patrons who make this all possible. They're all listed right here. And do consider joining them over at patreon.com/LudoHistory. The support does matter a lot. It lets me keep on doing this. We'll be back Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday, I believe, with Kingdom Come Deliverance, continuing that whole adventure. So, I hope you all enjoyed, and until I see you then... Oh, this dude celebrating the end of it with one more gifted sub for the road. Thank you, this dude. Thank you to all those who give subs in here. And yes, until next time, I will catch you all later, okay? Bye.